Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today we're back on with the Art of Bangernomics, and I thought I'd show you basically my daily driver. This is it's a year 2000 model Mitsubishi L200 pickup, and reason I'm up at my friend's house here at the moment because I've just done an oil change on it. When I bought this truck, picked it up, the chap did the same. Due an oil change, and that was 2,000 miles ago, so it was slightly overdue a oil change. So I've just been up here today. You look at my fingers, you can see what I've been up to. Anyway, the reason I'm making this video is, as you know, at the moment we have a little bit of a fuel price hike going on, and you'd think I'd be getting rid of a big old truck like this and getting something that was really cheap and economical to run. And the thing is, this big old truck is really cheap and economical to run. It does about 30 miles to the gallon, which, I mean, for the mileage that I do, 30 miles to the gallon's pretty good. Well, at least it was, until the price of diesel just went astronomical. The price of diesel has now gone. I used to pay what, 140 something, 150 something. It's now up to if I go to the supermarket, my local Morrison's, it's currently £1.70 a litre for diesel. However, if you've got an old truck like this, there's something else you can use in the tank. So let's go and have a look, shall we? Right, so you're going to fill your truck up. Like I said, diesel is currently £1.70 a litre, and that's if you buy the really cheap diesel. That's £1.09 a litre. This is from Lidl. Sunflower oil, cheap as you can get. Like I said, £1.09 a litre. With a truck like this, now you cannot do this. Disclaimer, you cannot do this with a modern diesel. You will destroy the engine, you will bung up all the injectors, and you'll bring all the engine warning lights on the dashboard on. This doesn't have any. This doesn't have a computer on it. This is an entirely mechanical diesel engine. So we can take our nice sunflower oil like that, and we literally pour that in the tank. There we go. That's in the tank. And if you don't believe me, that's the truck running on just vegetable oil, basically. Now what I do is I run a 50-50 mix, so I'm currently running about 50% diesel and 50% vegetable oil. Now this truck will run on 100% all vegetable oil, fresh. Well, used. You can either use used vegetable oil or you can use fresh, like I've done there. Now obviously if you can use used vegetable oil, it's going to be even cheaper, and that's what we're going to have a look at next. So we'll go back to my place and we'll have a look at how I refine old vegetable oil and stick it straight in the truck. So back in a sec. Okay, we're back at my place, and well, what's better than paying £1.09 per litre for your fuel is paying nothing for your fuel. And basically what we've got here is a filter system, so I can filter waste vegetable oil, which I can get for nothing. Basically a friend of mine owns a restaurant, and he lets me have as much of this as I basically want. So what we've got here, this is used vegetable oil from the restaurant. Now we can't pour that straight into the truck, it will gum the injectors up, it'll clog the engine up. because basically that's got all little bits of food and everything floating around suspended in the oil. So what we've got, hopefully you can see it because I can't really see the viewfinder. What we've got here is a basic filter setup. So I've got a little frame that I knocked up out of some scrap wood. The most important part is this. Now these, you can buy these online, cost about £10 or £15, they might be about £15 now. I bought this one many years ago. I used to make biodiesel and filtered veg oil quite a few years ago. I haven't done it for some time, but I do still have all my equipment. And as we are having this little bit of a fuel price increase at the moment, I thought it was about time I dug all this stuff back out again. So basically this is a very fine filter. It's down to the micron level. These are specifically designed for waste veg oil filtering, and so they're well worth buying. You can make your own, but for what these cost, it's worth it. And these are washable, so when you've used it, you can basically clean all the muck out of it, stick it in the washing machine and wash it back out again, and it's perfectly usable again. I mean, this has already been used a few times. It's not, I have well used ones, but that's already been used a few times and washed, and it still comes out pretty much as new. So that goes into the top there. Then we've got a clean bucket, and make sure it is clean because that's where basically our cleaned fuel will end up. This is the disgusting part, unfortunately, so because literally what we have to do now is get the oil like that. That is the used veg oil, and we'll bring it a little bit closer so I don't spill any. It is as well to put some cardboard down or something when you're doing this, because it is quite a messy process, but basically all it's a case of doing is pouring that oil into the filter and we'll get that filled. As you can see, it's starting to run through now. We'll just keep adding. And you can actually fill the filter quite full. It takes a reasonable amount of time to actually filter it through. Get enough to make this worthwhile. Let's stop that dripping so I don't spill too much on the ground. But basically, I'm going to move that out of the way so you can see what we've got coming out of the bottom there now is just pure filtered vegetable oil. Well, little bits of animal fats in there as well, but that won't matter too much. So what I'll do is we'll leave that running, we'll run some of that oil through and I'll show you what the end result is. So back in a sec. Right, okay, this has been running for just over an hour now. I've just taken it off so I can show you the result, and basically that's what we end up with. Now, as you can see, there is no impurities or anything in that. That is lovely, thin cooking oil, vegetable oil in there. Now, I'll put this back for now because I can leave that running for a couple more hours until the rest of that that's in the filter there has run through. There we go. So basically I'll leave that now probably until I go to bed tonight, and that'll finish off just running that last bit of oil we've got in there. So it's not a particularly quick process. It works a bit better if you warm the oil up, but at the moment, because it's getting quite warm out here now, like I said, I've decided I'd just see if it could do it with just the warmth of the sun warming it up. But the rest of that will basically go through. And what I say from here, I'm not actually going to stick that straight in my engine, although I could. I actually have some already done. But what I'm going to do, not in this video, in a video which will be coming up soon, fairly soon, is we'll be turning that into actual biodiesel, because I do still have all the equipment to actually turn vegetable oil, used vegetable oil, actually into a biodiesel, which can be used in many, many more vehicles than my old truck. So my old truck will run on pure waste vegetable oil, but I don't really like doing it. You're not going to do the injectors any good. If you're mixing it like I do, 50-50 with diesel, it's fine, it will run it all day, every day. Won't use it like that in the middle of winter, because you can get this gelling issue turning out and it can clog up. But when the weather's like this, you could just run it like that and it'd be absolutely fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we're actually going to convert it into proper biodiesel, which, although I wouldn't recommend you using this simple form of what I call dirty biodiesel in a very modern high performance diesel engine, in a basic, even a modern basic diesel engine, it will run fine. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. Like I said, the next we are actually going to look at converting the waste vegetable oil into an actual diesel, but it just shows what you can actually do, literally running your vehicle on something which is a waste product, if you have the right vehicle and you know what you're doing. Like I said, I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I know it's something a little bit different than what is usually on my channel, but I do like messing with the old cars and stuff, as well as messing with old computers. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.